Hey, hey, hey. On my Kawhi Leonard. Hey, hey, hey.
Oh.
What's good, man? Rolex Risky. T Ross in the building, man. Thursday evening. Crazy playoffs, man. The playoffs been unpredictable, unbelievable, good games, blowouts all over the page. I have no clue who's going to win the championship this year in the NBA, so we're going to get to all of that. Plus, we're going to let you grade the Cowboys move. They got them a receiver, got them a new shiny toy over there. So we'll get to that before we close out tonight as well. But what's good, Ross, man? How you feeling, dog? Everything all right?
What's going on, man? Man, I'm feeling like them New York fans was trying to kick out of the arena. You see in the video of
the white lady. Get them out of here.
You know what to do with these boys. Yeah, I'm still on the high right now. Man, it's been a crazy playoffs, man. Let's get
and think about it. You tried to laugh at me when I had the question on Tuesday. Can the Knicks win it? I still got it up. Hold on. Let me see. I think I still got it on the ticker. I asked the question on Tuesday and you laughed at me. Can the Knicks win the championship? At this point, it looked like they headed to the conference finals, so that puts them in the Final Four.
It's looking crazy right now. I really don't know. This team is unpredictable. There's no way I would have thought they'd come back from 22 games in a row. And if you remember, we had a show a couple months ago. We might have to drop some clips from that. The Knicks had not beat a team over 500. You remember? The Knicks had not beat a playoff team. They had beat all the bottom feeders, and they was like 0-4 against all the winning teams. And now, everybody's favorite to come out of the East and down 2-0 is crazy. So shout out.
I want to get to Boston, but I want to give me. I'm down with giving the victors the spoils. So let me give some more props to New York and even the New York fans. Let me pull up the clip I got the clip of the lady Wiley because they was in there. They took over the whole arena after the game in Boston. I told you I never had a problem with the Knicks. It's them damn Knicks fans. They ain't got no damn sense. And this is what you got to deal with when the Knicks are good. Hold on, do I got it? I think this is it. Yeah, there we go. Hold on, here we go. Yeah, she was tight. she was upset with all the shenanigans.
You got a jersey in her face.
They started all the way up.
You know it's crazy. If you think back.
My bad. Go ahead. Yeah.
If you think back, you remember last year, the Philly, we had to have Michael Rubin buying the tickets because the Knicks fan had taken over the Philly arena.
Oh yeah,
Now they're going to Boston, and boy, them Knicks fans, boy, hey, Stephen A ain't nothing compared to the rest of them Knicks fans.
And they so disrespectful. They in there chanting Knicks in 4.
Crazy. Crazy. Wow.
And again, we're gonna talk about the Knicks right now. We'll talk about Boston in just a second. This is a team who me and you, we had them potentially getting upset. I forget. Let me take the potential out. We had them on full-blown upset alert in the first round against Detroit. We both thought that was a pick'em series. And to be fair, it's not like our predictions were too far off. They won it, but they really struggled in a lot of those games against Detroit. It was some games that could have went either way.
It's looking series. Like that was a better series than this one.
But think about what you're getting though right now with the Knicks. Everybody's playing at a high level. OG's playing at a high level, defending and scoring. Bridges all of a sudden is looking like the guy that they brought over, who was that borderline all-star type guy. He's playing defense. He's getting big buckets when they need him. Josh Hart's going to always be who he is, just solid, steady. You know what I'm saying? Going to be there for you. Brunson hasn't even had to do Brunson type stuff. He hadn't had to have a 40-point, put the team on my back for the whole fourth quarter type game yet. I mean, he's hit some big shots, but he hasn't really, they haven't put it like this. They haven't had to use a Brunson go crazy game. Like Cleveland, they wasted a 48 ball from Donovan. Brunson ain't even have to do that type of heavy lifting yet in this series. They're getting quality minutes off the bench with Robinson. He's coming in playing great for them off the bench. Cat ain't even playing. Their two all-stars are not playing like crazy. They're not going out there putting up crazy numbers. And they're still up 2-0, going back home, down 20 both games. They were down 14, I think, with like 5-6 minutes to go in the fourth quarter and ran them down.
It was 7 with like 48 seconds or something.
It's just, I'm impressed with their poise. They don't seem to be running out of gas, at least not yet. We'll see how they hold up if they advance, but they seem to be clicking on all cylinders right now, man.
I'm going to my Colorado coach Prime. I didn't believe, but I believe now. I didn't believe. I believe now.
Do you believe now?
I believe now.
I mean, you have to. But I will say this, though. Getting down 20 and coming back, that can't be your recipe for winning. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they'll spot them 20 at home, but they've shown that they're going to make you play the entire game against them.
Bro, and like, it's just that culture, that just the grittiness, it's that New York, that's what, like, they're bringing back the essence of the Knicks. I was young, you know, I'm 94. So last time the Knicks was really contending, I had to be, you know what I'm saying, knee high.
You were 5 years old. Yeah, 99, they made that run to the chip.
From what y'all tell me, you know what I'm saying, the Knicks, like, that was a place you didn't want to go and deal with that crowd and Spike Lee yelling at you on the sideline.
Yeah.
And you had them boys, they fouling hard, they playing defense. Then you had the big beast, you know what I'm saying? And now they're led by a guard, but you look at it like, we talked about it with Detroit. We said that was going to be a fight.
Yeah.
Well, they bringing the fight. It looked like Boston, man. Hey, I said I made a remark about a different team, but hey, Boston looked too light-skinned for me, bro. Boston looked like a bunch of like, you know, they need more Jaylen Brown, Drew Holidays, man. Them light-skinned jokers looking a little soft right now, you know.
And it seems like Jaylen and Drew are still, they don't appear to be super healthy. At least for, you know what I'm saying? Like, they don't look like they right.
About Tatum, though. Well, I seen it, bro. When I went and watched him, and he gets caught up in whatever, and it's like he's trying to. Not only is he trying to, because Jaylen Brown got all the praise through the playoffs, it seems like he's not embracing it's like he's not playing with the team. He's trying to make a point to go get his, and it's like, bruh, you got the easiest bucket of the game when you went to the rack and got a wide open dunk. Like, the Knicks are deliberately not helping off the shooters. They letting you go one-on-one. You know what I'm saying? Attack. When you get Jalen Brunson on you, I don't want to see you do no step back three-pointer. It's crazy. It's really crazy that the same thing happened back to back. And it's like, for me, not only it's showing Boston really is the better team, because for them to keep building that lead, like, y'all are doing something right. But it's showing me that when, like, it gets tough and it's really time to go ahead and put a team out, for some reason they can't find the closer, which I don't know how. I don't know how Tatum isn't, like, full on ready for this. I'm seeing, I think it was he's a combined one out of 9 in both fourth quarters. I think he's only got that. He got 2 points in the fourth quarter, and it was that dunk. And it's like Jaylen Brown is like combined 1 for something in the fourth quarters. Yeah. Then you got Derek White and Al Horford, who's taking more shots than both of them. You know what I'm saying? So it's like them as a team, their chemistry, their whole pecking order and like hierarchy of who we gonna play through and who's the guy for the last couple of years, it's kind of been, okay, is it Jaylen, is it Jason? And it's kind of been what's going on. It seemed like they don't even know what the hell is going on. and we even like we give Mazzulla credit. He has no idea when to call the timeout, when to stop the bleeding, how to change up, how to draw up a set and get us an easy bucket to stop the bleeding, how to draw up a play to get Tatum get some touches and get a rhythm in the fourth. Like we laughed at that clip when he told the trainer not to run out there and help Tatum because we said, okay, he's tough. But like he looked just as bad as JJ. Y'all the defending champions.
They said, hold on. The internet said, the internet funny as hell. The internet said this. Internet said this is Joe Mazzulla. They said this Joe Mazzulla when they. They said that's Joe Mazzulla when they need some. When they need a play, that's Joe Mazzulla. Hey. Hey, no, you know, it's funny you're talking about the hierarchy and all that stuff because it's the exact opposite with the Knicks. Because those guys know each other so well, they all know. Like, if we got to have a play, it's gonna go through Brunson. If he kicks it or does something, then we live with that. But we know the hierarchy on the team.
Brunson be the only point of attack. You know what I'm saying, in the fourth quarter. When it get tight, Brunson got the ball. Michael Bridges, okay, if you want to pass to me, I'll shoot it. You know, OG plays his role. Even to a fault, we've been saying Cat seemed like he's been watching. But that's because, hey, Brunson's clutch player of the year, you know, and he gets it done. Yeah. And I got to give him his props because he got a good bucket on Drew. Like we've been talking about Drew.
I'm gonna say this, and I don't care. I'm gonna be the old head right now. Can we stop saying that this era is the most skilled era of basketball? Here's why I'm saying this. Because every game we see when somebody needs a bucket at the end, it's either a step back three or they have no clue what to do with the basketball.
Jason Tatum, that's crazy.
He's losing the ball. He can't dribble. I'm like, where's all this skill that everybody got? He can't even dribble now. Everybody's supposed to be. This is the era of everybody's supposed to be so great with a one-on-one bag. Everybody's supposed to have this great one-on-one bag. But then when it's time for your one-on-one bag to show, it's only going to be a step back three. No disrespect because he's made them, but Halliburton is just taking step back threes. Like he's not doing, I mean, that's what everybody does. It's like, that's the default setting is a step back three. If they have to do anything else, it's like, no one can do anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, think about it. If you really start thinking, I mean, Brunson has hit some tough shots outside of step backs, but even a lot of his are just step back shots. You know what I'm saying? It's just step back, a long 2 or 3. It's like, where's all this bag work that I see that everybody talks to me about online and all these one-on-one tournaments? Where's that when we need it? And I know Jason Tatum grew up in a time, and I'm going to let you take off. I know he grew up in a time where Kobe was his idol. I'm a big fan of pattern your game after somebody who you can pattern your game after. You can still love Kobe and that be your favorite player, but him trying to, remember when he used to always try to shoot all those fadeaways and all that? Like, that's not your game, dude. You know what I'm saying? It's just not. Like, stop trying to be, he has an identity crisis. You alluded to it on Tuesday, and I'm doubling down. Jason Tatum has an identity crisis. He has no clue who he is, and we're actually, through his career, we're journeying with him as he tries to figure out who the hell he is. He doesn't know what catchphrase to say after he wins games. He doesn't know what kind of moves to do. He doesn't know who he is as a basketball player, and it's on the verge of ruining his legacy.
Well, and it's crazy because he's like suffering from having too much. It's like he can do a little bit of everything, but it's like when you think of Jason Tatum, what's his go-to? Like when it's down, your go-to can't shooting a sidestep three.
That's
Like
his shit. Yeah, that's his.
That can't be your like. That's Jason Tatum's move. Is when he needs a bucket and
he doesn't make it that often. That's the other part. He don't be making them shits.
And it's like what's crazy is with Boston, like since he came in the league, everybody go back and do your research. As a rookie, that's when he went to the lane and dunked on LeBron in the Eastern Conference Finals. If you remember, Kyrie was hurt his rookie year, and that was the reason it was so quick to move forward away from Kyrie, is because Tatum had come in as a rookie and Jaylen Brown was a second-year guy, and they had overachieved so much and had such a good playoffs that you was able to move forward, and like, okay, these two, this is gonna be our franchise guy. Like we look at Tatum as he's the next, his number should be retired in Boston. He's the next one of those. He should play for a handful of championships and he should finish his career with 2 or 3. He should one day be the face of the league. He could one day be the next best player in the league. But when you look at it, it's like he can't get out of his own head, bro. He can't get out of his own head. It started last year in the playoffs. They was able to win, but when Brown got it, we all knew something was, because Tatum had even like led him in scoring. Brown still got it. Tatum had started shooting real bad, and his percentages had dropped. And then when Steve Kerr didn't play him in the summer, and we talked about it, we said we actually thought all the BS narratives that was floating around, we thought that was gonna fuel him to have.
To be fair, he had a good regular season though.
But bro,
he's gonna be first team All NBA.
Yeah.
His team was basically they coasted. They were 1 or 2 in the East the whole year. Yeah. He didn't take that next step to like we was anticipating, to where like he was maybe in MVP conversations. He never went there. But he was, I mean, hell, he's been first team All NBA the last 3 years now, right?
But remember, like I was telling you, when I went and watched them against Orlando, I caught. I'm telling you, everybody go back and watch that episode. Orlando, we won 1 game against Boston, and I just happened to be there. And I could tell just by his demeanor, he does not have, like everybody wants to say, the Kobe mindset and Mamba mentality and all that. He does not have that when I done missed a couple shots and the game is tough. And I like what we saw Ant do in that Laker game when Ant was 0 for whatever from 3 and he was having a terrible game, and we saw him stay engaged defensively and still talking his trash to LeBron, and the crowd going at him, he going at him back. Like Jason Tatum just man, I don't want to call a grown man soft. He's proving everybody right. That man is soft, bro.
Let me take a separate approach.
Look at Brunson and look at him, and look at how much more talent Tatum has, and he plays for the better organization. He has the better team, and just you tell me, like if you had to fight your way out and really, like ride with somebody, you taking Brunson, and he's 6 foot.
Let me ask you this though, just to approach it from a different perspective, because you were talking about when he first kind of burst onto the scene as a rookie, and the promise that he had, and how his game was a little bit different, how he was attacking and playing. So here's my question now: has Joe Mazzulla ruined Jason Tatum?
Hey, nah, he's got to take a lot of the blame, because
that's his philosophy. His philosophy is to shoot
off from day one is shooting threes.
Yes. So that's the game plan. That's our style. You know what I'm saying? It's like we always talk about our big problem with Anthony Edwards taking so many threes, even though he shot it at a 40% clip, was the fear is, hey, you're so great at attacking the basket. Is this taken away from that aggression? Because everybody knows that when you're shooting, I had a homeboy when LeBron was in his prime. He hated when LeBron shot threes ever. He used to call, he nicknamed him, anytime LeBron shot a three ever, he would say, that's a bailout. That's a LeBron bailout. He was like, that's because LeBron don't want to, he trying to just bail himself out. Let me just shoot a three. I don't want to get to the cup. I'm tired. Because it's like, the three ball is fine, but that was typically reserved for smaller players, for guys who had limits to their game. This is the one thing I can do. This is why I'm on the floor. Duncan Robinson type guy, right? I'm out here to shoot the three, right? But when you're Jason Tatum, like you're saying, you got all this game. You got the size. You got the pull up. If you just take it, you can post up. And you're relegating yourself to dribble, sidestep threes. And you're missing again and again and again. I mean, I know what the game plan is, Joe Mazzulla, and I know Mazzulla has that's the other part. Mazzulla has such a quirky and strong personality, and Tatum is so, I'm not going to say soft, but he's just so non-confrontational. Like, who's the player on that team to tell Joe, hey, I know what you called, but no, I'm just getting to we're not shooting threes right now. We finna just get to the cup. For the next 10 plays, we're not taking threes. Like, who's the guy that can say that? Jaylen Brown is kind of more introspective. You know, he's what's he went like an Ivy League school?
That's where you need a strong point guard. But even Drew is more of a.
Yeah, all those guys are like, if you think about their whole team, it's like everybody's like, Brown is an intellectual. Drew Holiday is a super chill, California laid back.
Like I've been hard on Chris Paul. Chris Paul would have said, "Nah, we need an easy button."
There you go. Right.
He would have went.
Rajon Rondo.
He would have went and made Porzingis go get a dunk.
Rondo would have huddled everybody up and say, "F what he talking about. Here's what we finna run. We got to get down here and get a bucket."
I'm gonna tell you another name, and shout out Big Perk. I heard Big Perk say something, and he made a good point. A lot of people laughing at my boy today because he had to walk to work. But go back and look at Paul Pierce. You was not finna just walk Paul Pierce down from being up 20 and think, okay, I'm not going to attack the basket and get to the free throw line. You say what you want about Paul Pierce. Go back and do your homework. Paul Pierce, come on, man. Especially in Boston, in my career, Paul Pierce would have went out swinging at least.
But again, are you talking about a difference in mentality? Because Paul Pierce was a flat-out dog. Like,
and that's what I'm saying. He's not even as talented as a Jason Tatum, which is why it's so frustrating. Tatum got the body, he's 6'9".
Oh, yeah.
No, but I'm saying, like, you look at Tatum, he's got that build that, like, bro, even we pick at the kids for saying this. Tatum don't even play like how, like, he could be Kawhi Leonard, Paul George. We laugh at the kids for saying Paul George is their GOAT and all. You ain't even modeling yourself after him. Who? I never seen a 6'9" athletic dude with everything in his skill set just say, okay, I'm just gonna shoot 9-10 threes a game. Like I'm gonna be
in love with it.
I'm gonna be Duncan Robinson out here. Like, KD don't even shoot that many threes.
But I'm looking. So he already got 3 first-team All-NBAs. This is going to be his 4th first-team All-NBA. I think Curry only got 4 for his career? I think Curry only has 4 first teams. So he's going to have as many first teams as Steph Curry.
Yeah.
And I mean, you know, I don't know, bro. I hate piling like that. You know what I'm saying? But at this level, the level that he's talking about, the level that he wants to perform at, this is the time where you have to distance yourself. Because he got the chip now. He got that in his back pocket. But now, if you are, in the immortal words of the great poet Lupe Fiasco, if you are what you say you are, a superstar, right? That's my favorite quote about these Negroes. If that's what you are, have no fear. Have no fear, because the cameras are here, the lights are on, and they want to show, God damn it. Like, here we go. This is what we want to see. We want to see you be like, no one is rooting against the Celtics and Jason Tatum. That's the thing about this. Some players have that personality where people root against them. Well, but I'm just saying, like, historically, he's not like a villain who people are like. Everybody is, to borrow a phrase from what's the woman name? What's the damn model? Tyra Banks. We were all rooting for you. I love seeing greatness. I want to see him go out there and perform it. I would love to see them go back to back. But you got to show more fight. If it comes right now, I think Jaylen Brown is still a bit hurt. If Jaylen is the one that the knee starts feeling better, and he is the catalyst behind them coming back and ultimately winning this series, it makes it worse for Jason Tatum again, because now you're coming off a year in which Jaylen Brown was the Eastern Conference MVP, Finals MVP, right? And now he might have to come and bail you out of this. And he's supposed to be, your Robin to your Batman. That's what he's supposed to be.
They already talking about, he'll be the one to kind of get let go, because they're going to be in such a position contractually that he's the one who always, like Jason Tatum has been chosen to be okay, you're a Celtic. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Do you think there's a chance the Knicks can sweep them?
It's on the table. Anytime you're up 2-0 going back home, it's on the table. Because again, like I said earlier, Jaylen Brown hasn't had his 40-point game. He can have that. He can go for 40 in game 3. That crowd
in his game either though.
No, that's what I said Brown. That's what I meant Brunson. I meant Brunson. Yeah, Brunson hasn't had that crazy. Do you understand how crazy Madison Square Garden is going to be for game 3?
Listen, we just saw them after the game in Boston, and that was a handful of people. It's going to be a bunch of them in Madison Square Garden. Bro, I even saw the clips of them outside their stadium. They going crazy.
Yeah, they are. The atmosphere, and this is where a mentality, a mindset, strong. This is where, like, Tatum, you're going to have to show that, because this environment is going to be crazy. Every shot the Knicks hit is going to go crazy in there. Mm-hmm. And don't let y'all get up 15, 20 points again, and they start chasing y'all down again. They might blow the roof off the Garden. Like, this is the Mecca. You got old school Knicks fans going crazy. So I think a sweep is on the table. I'm not calling for a sweep, but I'm telling you it's on the table. Game 3 is going to be a must watch for me. I don't watch a lot of these games from start to finish. I typically watch the first 5 minutes of the first quarter, and then I'll tap back in the fourth quarter. I will be watching every minute of that game.
Okay, let me ask you this. If Boston wins one, do you think Boston can get it together and win the series?
Yes. That's the thing. I still think they can win the series. As crazy as that sounds, I still think they can win the series. But now it's about it's the mental aspect now. The part that we're questioning at this point about Tatum, that's the part that has to be at the forefront now, because it's not about the basketball. They've been up 20 both games. Like, it's about, do you have the mentality to come back? And because now this is bare minimum a 6-game series, probably at least 7. Because even if they come back, I think the Knicks will win probably like game 6 back at the crib. So they in a dogfight now. I love it though, because like this is like, let me say this, Rob. Winning a championship isn't supposed to be easy, right? Like, I know some teams have made it look easy. A couple of those Bulls teams made it look easy. A couple of times the Kobe and Shaq Lakers, they had a playoff run where they only lost 1 game. The whole run. They swept everybody except Iverson and the Sixers. They won that 1 game, and then they lost in 5. So it's been some times where teams have made it look easy, but it's not supposed to be easy. It's supposed to be some adversity. That's okay. But with everything that we, like you alluded to, everything we know that's gonna happen, that core is gonna get broke up. All of a sudden now people start thinking about that. Well, shit, we all gone anyway next year, so whatever. You know what I'm saying? We got our ring. We got it. Horford's probably gonna retire. Who knows what happens to Porzingis? Dylan White might go get some money. Drew Holiday's been hitting that possible retirement. Who knows who's gonna be there next year, bro? So can they win? Yes. The mentality, bro. I don't know if it's there or not. We gonna all
I want to see if they start off in a bad shooting stretch. Like, do they start to hang their head, or like it's easy to come out game 3 and then they miss 45 threes the first 2 games, they go and make 45 threes, then it's like, okay, yeah, here we go. Is it that's easy. I want to see them show some fight through adversity now. I want to see figure it out without just shooting another 73 pointers. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's really see where y'all basketball intellect is. You know what I'm saying? Let's really see if Joe Mazzulla, if he just inherited that team from what Udoka built, or can he really coach through some adversity now?
It was the knock on Mike D'Antoni, was that his style was great, but he never had a plan B. He was just right. Mike D'Antoni was going to have that style, right? It was never going to slow it down and get a bucket. No, we're running. We're not concerned about defense. We're just going to keep going. 7 seconds or less. And it's like, there is no plan B. So Mazzulla, he won a championship, and we know he got a little a-hole about him in his personality. So he probably thinking, what y'all talking about? We just won the chip last year. Clearly this works. And it's like, does it? You know what I'm saying? Like, we'll see, man. We'll see. But I think it's that's a great series. Tonight we get we're not even going to talk about OKC and Denver because I don't know what's going on in that series. They just lost by 700 points in game 2. Joker fouls out in the third quarter. This shit's crazy. We got to throw that whole game out.
See, I'm going to tell you what I think about that. I think Denver pulled the same thing Golden State does. I think once Denver realized, all right, they got it, Joker with his veteran savviness, I'm gonna go ahead and foul out. We're gonna just call, throw it in, and we'll catch y'all. We already stole one at y'all house. Yeah. We'll catch y'all. Now y'all got to come to Denver. Everybody knows the difference in traveling to Denver to go play. Everybody hates it, and like Joker already showed I can kill y'all. So now I'm gonna go ahead and we'll throw this one in, and we'll catch y'all. I'll drop 40 in the next game.
The reality is Magic Johnson said it in the finals one year. Whether you lose by 1 or 30 is, it's 1-1. You know what I'm saying? So it's 1-1.
That's what it looked like to me. I think Russ tried to, show a little fight and do something to spark the team, but it looked like one of those situations where, all right, y'all got it. Like, you know what I'm saying?
But the problem with that is, though, let me give you the flip side of that, though. I said a certain player was going to be hitting the wall in his career because of his age, because of his stature and all that. I said somebody's going to be hitting the wall. Yeah. So playing extra games doesn't help if you're a veteran team. That doesn't help you playing extra games. Because I can't say that Steph's hamstring is because they had that 7-game series with Houston. I'm gonna tell you as somebody who's been 37, it don't help to have to play more games. It don't help. You know what I'm saying? And they said, and again, I'm just a truth teller. They said, hey man, this is the first muscle strain that Steph Curry's ever had. Yeah, he's never been 37 before. Well, welcome to being 37 years old. This is what happened. Remember, LeBron used to never miss games. Remember that? LeBron used to never get hurt, used to never miss games. All of a sudden, over the last 3-4 years, this motherfucker doing the splits, messing up his growing. He getting all kinds of shit now.
And since he came to LA.
Well, he been in LA. You do realize he's been in LA longer than he's been with any team.
I think it started with the growing. That was like his second year in LA, I think it was. And then from then on, it's been little nagging injuries.
Yeah, because he's getting 40. Shit, you don't get help. Charles Barkley once said, because Scottie Pippen was trying to have a comeback or do something. He was like, "Yeah, I'm feeling healthier. It's the healthiest. It's the best I felt in like 2 years." And Barkley was like, well, "Hold on, you don't get healthier as you get older. That's not a thing. Like you don't wake up and say, oh yeah, I feel better now than I did 3 years ago. That's not no. That's not how this works, right? Like all those miles are added on, and so I'm with you as a vet. Hey, we came out, we gave it a shot. We don't got it tonight. We'll go back to the crib. You know, you got to take, because just to go back to New York for a second, we were talking a lot about Boston's mentality. What about New York's mentality? What if they, because we know that they got some rough riders, they got some dogs. What if they come out and say, we're not satisfied at all. We want to put our damn foot on their throat. Like they might come out trying to put it away. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. I think the Denver series is going to be interesting when they going back, though, what happens in that game 3. I think that's probably going to be the best game in the series because I thought Oklahoma City just looked terrible game 1. And game 2 was what it was. So I think both teams are going to play really good in game 3. So that should be an interesting one. I think Cleveland's dead in the water. They got too many injuries. It's unfortunate for them. I just think I didn't think the Garland injury was that serious, but apparently it's way worse than I thought. So
right before we got on, I got let's see. I did get an update. So it says Cavs core may return in game 3. It says Cleveland optimistic that all 3 of them will be available in Indy. Now, see with them, that was so unfortunate because Donovan went for 50. Like I said, he probably would have to do.
Right.
And that was going to be more devastating for Indiana to lose with Cleveland having all those guys out.
Yeah.
And then Indiana flipped it. And it was like that was a backbreaker loss for Donovan to fight so hard and drop 50 and then still it not be enough. So with that series, I'm interested because same thing we said with the Knicks and Boston. I mean, even as remarkable as it was for the Knicks to win 2 in Boston, I think Cleveland, when healthy, they've shown they can win on the road. I think defensively they can, when Mobley's in there, it's just different. You know what I'm saying? Even I'm looking at Mobley more than even Garland. Like when Mobley's in there, defensively, they're just a different beast. So I'm interested to see game 3. Like if Cleveland wakes up, Donovan showed he can go for 50. Nobody really can't stop him over there.
No.
They wake up defensively and get Mobley and we'll say Hunter back, even if they don't get Garland. I think they could probably smack Indiana that first game and put some pressure on them. That's so unfortunate because all year, like we've been talking, is Cleveland for real and Cleveland versus Boston, Eastern Conference Finals, and Cleveland was on the mission to show that they really was nice. Like I had seen them pretty much play against everybody and show up against everybody, and defensively, Mobley taking that next step, and it's like to make it to the playoffs, get in the second round, and 3 guys out your starting lineup are out. That was just devastating. But Donovan, that boy, the truth. But I gotta go ahead and be honest, and to all the homies that's tapped in, Halliburton, he coming out, he proving himself. He got to keep it up. He's hitting some big shots. It is like my boy Risky said, just step back threes, but
yeah,
he hitting them. So
now he hitting them. They doing their thing. Well, big game tonight though. Talking about must win. This is a must win for the Timberwolves. No Steph Curry. You got to come out and just take care of business. They should end this game in the first quarter, and we might see. To your point, we might see the Warriors do the same thing again. They might pack it in early.
Mm-hmm. Steve Kerr do that quick. Steve.
Yeah, but hamstrings are tricky, and they're saying a week because it's a grade 1, but a week in this series they're playing every other day, so that would be 2 games essentially. They're saying maybe he's back for game 3, but I don't know if you want to push it. You know what I'm saying? Because again, it's a hamstring, and he's a guy who is predicated off running and movement. You know what I'm saying? So maybe he's good. Because think about it, like Drew Holiday just had a hamstring. You know what I'm saying? Now, again, Drew, he does a lot of running and movement. It's more on defense, so it's a little bit different. I just think that you want to be careful because what'll happen is what you don't want to happen is he come back in game 3 aggravated again, and now he's missing more time. You know what I'm saying? You'd rather say, hey, okay, we're tied 1-1. Game 3, let's see what happens. Worst case scenario, we're down 2-1. Now we bring him in game 4. You know what I'm saying? We could be up 2-1 if you know what I'm saying, but worst case scenario, we're down 2-1. Now we bring the Curry back for game 4. That's the way I would do it personally, just because hamstrings can linger, and it's not about with the hamstring. It's the jerky. It's those stop and goes. That's where it gets you. And I know he's getting the best treatment. He's getting stem. He's gonna have it wrapped up and all of that. And I'm sure once the game starts, the adrenaline. But this is something new for him. They said that he's never had a muscle strain in his professional career. He's always had like ankles and stuff like that. But now you're talking about a muscle strain. So how was his body reacting to it? So it's a lot of nuance in there. But I would expect Minnesota, if y'all gonna be taken serious at all, y'all got to come out and they should win this game. They should blow them out this game.
For sure.
They should blow them out this game. All right, man. Before we get about here, I want to switch gears on my LeVar Ball pause. And let's go to football. The Cowboys, Jerry Jones is a funny dude. They had a quiet professional draft. They didn't do nothing crazy. I'm sure somebody had to hold them down from drafting Shador, but they did what they were supposed to do. They made the right selections. And Jerry said, we need to do something. So they make a deal with the Steelers. And I don't know. I'm not even going to forget what I think. What do you think about this move with them? It cost them, what did it cost them? Was it a third? A third rounder to get Pickens? I think it was a third and maybe like a 6th or a 7th, something like that for Pickens. But they get Pickens, the wide receiver from the Pittsburgh Steelers.
I'm more concerned about what's Pittsburgh doing, me personally. Are they just trying to get my boy Mike Tomlin out of there or what? But for Dallas, that's a gamble that's well worth the risk, because you pair him and CD. Talk about 2 elite guys that can go get it. CD can kind of work a little bit more underneath now, and you let Pickens do what he do with the jump balls. We've been kind of waiting on Dallas to get another real receiver over there to pair up with CD. I love the tight end. He's a beast. So, I think it helps Dak, who deserves it. For me, boy, it's gonna be some hell of a interviews, boy. We gonna the sound bites and the content we gonna get from that. Boy, we're gonna have Jerry, we're gonna have Dak, we're gonna have Micah Parsons, and then now we add Pickens, who you never know what he gonna say and what antics he gonna have. So it can be toxic and go left real quick, but it's a lot of it's a lot of chance that it can go right too.
So I'm looking at the deal. It was a third rounder, and a third rounder next year, and a 5th rounder in 2027. And the Steelers are also sending them. So that's what the Cowboys gave, a third rounder next year, a 5th rounder in 2 years, and the Steelers are sending a 6th rounder in 2027 to the Cowboys. So here's my question though, because Pickens we all know this is the last year of his deal, so he'll be a free agent after this year. He's gonna be asking and looking for a lot of money. If you're a team that's a contender, I don't know what we think it's like 5 or 6 like real contenders. If it's only cost you a third, I know some people really value that third. I'm just saying though, if you're a team, Kansas City would be one, maybe even your Ravens. If you're a team that feel like we're right there on the verge of a Super Bowl, this could potentially put us over the top. If it only cost a third and like a 5th in 2 years, I might have got in that business. I might have tried to get in that.
But me, I think Pittsburgh's smart enough. They weren't going to send him to another AFC team. Because I was thinking even Buffalo. Think about what he could walked into Buffalo, and with Josh Allen with that arm, that could have worked perfectly. Like just run and I'm throw it as far as you know what I'm saying.
I'm with you.
Pittsburgh might have been okay. We'll get rid of you. We know you coming up for contract. We're not gonna pay you, but we're not gonna send you to a direct enemy. Also, you're gonna go to the NFC.
I mean, I'm with you on that, and that always makes sense. My only issue is that,
like, think about how we looked at the Giants for sending Saquon to that Saint. So I would never think Pittsburgh would do. Last year when Pittsburgh got Patrick Queen from Baltimore, that was the biggest thing. How you send them to somebody in our same division? You know, so
okay,
I would never expect Pittsburgh to work with Baltimore or Kansas City.
So let's just stick with all NFC teams then. Like if you're an NFC team that you feel like who is an NFC team we feel like is right there on like the cusp.
49ers.
If you're the 49ers and it costs you a third, why not?
49ers, he could have gone to Dallas. Dallas has been
Dallas
there though.
Is the third best team in their division. Like what are we talking about?
Hey, Roy, they got that running back from Texas. Okay. You don't like him?
I like them, but the problem is they just got a new shiny toy. They're finna throw the ball every time now. That's all they finna do is throw the ball. They're finna throw the ball every time. They got the tight end you was talking about. We got two, because they gonna start talking about how we got two number ones. Oh, they just finna throw the ball every time now. That's all they finna do. They ain't running no damn football.
But they went offensive line too.
Yeah, so they can pass block. They are throwing the ball. Listen, I've seen a lot of Jerry.
So you don't think the running back from Texas, being a Texas kid coming from UT, you don't think he walks in and they try to make him the star? They
hell no.
Man, they love them running backs.
Jerry Jones went to Arkansas. He don't give a damn about him going to UT. That nigga went to Arkansas.
They love them running backs, bro, man.
I mean, I think he's a good back. I just don't think that they're gonna handle the ball. I think they say, hey, we got to justify the big contract we got Dak. So we need Dak to be in MVP talks. We need him to be in all. So we got to have him put up some big numbers. It would be dumb for them to even. I bet you Jerry thinks that he can probably sign Pickens, which is he can't next year. It's stupid. Like that's what I'm saying. Like I don't even know who's going to be in the market for him next year because I know what he's going to be looking for. I just don't know if I would pay Pickens that kind of money.
So you think this just is stopping it? Like this is just a 1 year.
I think anybody that they traded him to that was my whole thing. I think anybody they traded him to was going to be just a 1 year deal because he's going to be asking for too much money. He's going to be asking for a lot of money. He wants number one receiver money, and I'm cool.
I think this trade might humble him a little bit.
You think so? Pickens gonna be, hey man, I hear y'all. Give me my damn bag. And somebody gonna pay him.
He all Pooh Shiesty mask. He all YN. That boy crazy.
Arizona might pay him next year. Who else? Somebody might pay him. Because if you're gonna bring in Aaron Rodgers, which we still think Pittsburgh is, man, you got Rodgers. Now you got two quote-unquote number ones with Metcalf and Pickens, and now you say, and I get it that they weren't going to sign him next year, so maybe they say, hey, we're not going to re-sign him. Rather than have him in the locker room and being asked about the contract situation, let's just ship his ass out, get something for him. I get that.
Especially after with him, like, especially if you're going to bring a guy like Aaron Rodgers, you can't have Pickens out there not running his routes when he know he ain't getting the ball, and that joker crazy. You seen his routes when he know it ain't coming to him. That boy, he just he all Joe Mazzulla at the party.
Yeah, he's on bullshit. He's on bullshit. So
I can't wait to see. Think about it. It's gonna be some good content. I can't wait to see Dallas lose to Philly and hear Jerry Jones come out and say something crazy. Then we get the ass Pickens. What you think about Jerry Jones coming? I can't wait because Mike Tomlin pretty much just let him live. Mike Tomlin only jumped in when he got a little too out of hand. But Jerry, we know he like to talk about it.
But I'm saying, I know you mentioned San Francisco, but if you're Green Bay, I know they drafted a bunch of receivers, but
too many receivers.
But you're talking about a 1-year deal. That's what. So I'm only looking at this as a 1-year deal that we think that we're close. We think that we're like right here. But see, my only issue with that, and I know Jordan loves the same thing, but you know my theory. I don't like those type of receivers around my young quarterbacks. Get them away from my young quarterback. I was the same way with CJ when we got Diggs. I didn't like him around I don't want those type of receivers around my young quarterback. Not at all. I'm not a fan of those. You got to be an established guy to bring one of those type of receivers in, because they can really. I mean, we think about it. I'm no Baker Mayfield fan, but when OBJ was over there, when Odell was over there with him, and he was forcing the ball, throwing picks. Odell gets hurt. All of a sudden, he takes off because now he can just play football. You know what I'm saying? Like, he don't feel like he got to get him the ball. So, but yeah, I mean, the Lions, they had a locker room but he might have fought everybody on the team on the Lions, because they seem like him and that coach would have definitely threw hands.
Oh yeah, they would have been bumping.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I mean, yeah, you start looking at some of these. If you're saying we're strictly trade them to the NFC, the Eagles don't need them and they don't want them. I think Frisco, I would have liked that. Green Bay, they do got a lot of receivers. I don't want them in Washington around my young quarterback. Minnesota, again, another young quarterback.
And the Lions, receivers over there.
Yeah, you do. The Lions, no. Chicago, I don't want them around my young quarterback. Seattle, they just traded Metcalf, so they on bullshit. The Giants, what a horrible organization. The Rams, I forgot about the Rams needed a receiver, and they always gonna be hovering around making that.
You let go of Cup.
Bring in Pickens for 1 year, because look, Stafford is getting older. How many more years he got? 1 year deal.
Hey, Pickens would have got to LA and started cripping, man.
He would have been no jumper. He would have been
have him over there. He'd be all Boo Shiesty. You know what I'm saying? Pickens would have been over there with the Crips, man. They couldn't do that.
You would have seen him on Clubhouse. He would have been on Clubhouse talking on there.
I got the content.
Oh, damn. Okay, well, what about Tampa Bay? What about over there with your boy then in Tampa?
Yeah, he could have been fit in right in Tampa. Yeah, he would have been over there West Tampa with some of my cousins over there. He would have been fit in good over there.
Yeah, he on too much thug shit. But all right, so what you give the grade though for the Cowboys? If you had the grade,
I like it. I like it until it goes left. It's just when and it's not if it goes left. It's just when it goes left. So if you can make it through majority of the season, I'm almost ready to. I'm not the Philly fan, and in the NFC, I would say I like Washington. But I'm almost ready to like Dallas to be second in that division. I think Philly gonna take a step back.
That's what's up.
We seen Philly after they went. They went that 2 years ago. They had a down year. They lost a lot. They had to retool with the young guys. They brought in Bond. They drafted Blankenship and Cooper DeJean and Quinn Mitchell and all. And now they've lost a lot of their veterans. They're going to be a lot younger. I wouldn't be surprised if Philly took a little step back and had to, regroup a little bit. So I'm thinking Dallas might be our typical 11-5 Dallas. You know what I'm saying? Like a 12-5 Dallas. You know what I'm saying? No, second in the NFC East, just good enough to make some noise, but lose in the first round. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Wild card weekend and they out of here.
Yeah, you know how Dallas rock. You get a home playoff game just to lose. You know what I'm saying?
I'm with you on that. All right, man, let's get up out of here tonight. Let me just get ready for this game. I'm looking for Anthony.
Ant going for 40 just to go ahead and shift the series. and then get well soon, Steph. We got to see.
You know who's making themselves some money right now, though? That goddamn, I don't like him. He went to OU. I don't like him at all. But Buddy Hield is making himself some money right now.
I'm gonna give you another one. Podziemski.
Oh, he is. He's making himself some money as well because he's.
I be wanting to hate on him. I'm like,
he wanting to hate.
I be wanting to hate. You
know what? Every team, I said every team is gonna need one of those, over 7 foot guys that can move. It seems like in the NBA, every team needs a white backup point guard. Like all these teams need a white backup point guard.
DiVincenzo, Podziemski, Pritchard, TJ McConnell.
Yeah. You gotta get
like the little feisty
Alex Caruso. Like everybody got them a white boy off the bench that come in with the bullshit. Yeah, they come in ready to go.
You know why? Because they come in with no ego, just all effort. I'm coming, I'm finna run through a wall. They're like the perfect, like everything that you would coach them up. They can't just rely on skill. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's like they got to go and really do all the stuff that the coaches coach you on. You know what I'm saying?
They ain't trying to come in and take over the starters' minutes. They gonna come in there. They gonna give you. If you give them 15 minutes, it's gonna be a hard played 15 minutes.
Because Pies, I'm looking like he's getting everything in the flow. When Curry's going, he making that extra pass. Like we had to see Steve Kerr go to Buddy and say, "Hey, I know you shoot. You think you can shoot? Hey, this guy shoots pretty good." Yeah. Pies, he's like, when Buddy going, he feeding the extra pass to Buddy. When Steph get going, extra pass. But then he knocking that thing down.
No, he's playing well.
Yeah.
He playing well. All right, dude. We up out of here. Y'all hit the subscribe button on your way out. You did. We got them shorts coming for y'all tomorrow, man. It's a heck of an NBA postseason, man. I'm enjoying this. Hopefully y'all as well, man. Tap in with us. Be on the lookout for them shorts and them videos dropping. Hit the thumbs up button. Drop a comment as well, man. We out. Peace.